Everybody and their mother is putting out their thoughts on Sonic Racing Crossworlds and stuff, raising it to the moon and back, seemingly sold on it already, but me personally, I'm not. The only thing that could realistically get me to buy the game is if all my homies are on it regularly, and I feel like I'm missing out on something. But other than that, I'm not interested. I've never really gotten into racing games like that, be they mascot or otherwise, and Mario Kart has realistically been the only exception to that. I'm not sold on Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and I haven't been sold on any official Sonic Racing game. You just lose me at the Sonic Cast Racing and Cars. I'm sorry, but you just do. These are characters, many of which are known for their speed, and the fact that not a single racing game, Sonic racing game, outside of Sonic R acknowledges that will always be a miss in my eyes. But let's say there was a Sonic racing game out there, one that not only has the characters race with their inherent speed, but also intertwines and recontextualizes mainline Sonic game mechanics to function in a racing game. Let's say that game does exist. Do I have your attention yet? Let me introduce you to Sonic Battle R, a fan-made Sonic racing game that for me stands as the greatest Sonic racer of all time. If you enjoy the original Sonic Riders for its unique and in-depth mechanics that you're required to learn in order to earn your speed, then I'm happy to say this is for you. Yes, this game has the cast rate using their own speed, and that isn't just for aesthetics. This isn't a racing game where you play as Sonic. No, this is a Sonic game that you race in. For starters, let's talk that movement. That's right, I know what makes you Sonic fans tick, as I am one myself. You want to know how the game controls work in comparison to the official 3D Sonic games, huh? Well, check this out. It's all over the screen! This game controls like the games from the Adventure era. The Adventure era. You know, where Sonic has arguably controlled his best in 3D. This game controls exactly like that. So you already know speed isn't a given. You gotta earn it. Now, how do you go about that? What tools are at the disposal of those base enough to play this game? The spin dash for one, but it functions like the SA2 spin dash, so don't expect to just be able to spam the shit. You're supposed to earn speed, remember? Because it works this way though, the spin dash is mainly only useful in one single instance, and that's when you're looking to get up to speed from a standstill, or from being hit or something like that, you know? Say you're already at running speed though, that doesn't make the spin dash button entirely useless. When at run speed, tapping the spin dash button will have you roll instead, and I'm sure you can gather what that's useful for. By rolling down declines in the level design, you can build further speed, and given there is no speed cap in this game, unless you're doing rail tricks, this can result in some crazy speeds when used appropriately. Additionally, you have a sort of slingshot mechanic in this game as well. Remember the tailwinds in Sonic Riders? Well, Battle R has slipstreams. Tail behind an opponent long enough and press the upper face button on your controller to activate a sort of boost mode that increases your speed. What's worth noting is that anyone in the boost mode will leave behind what's called a chaos stream, allowing others who enter it to get into the boost mode and catch up as well. You can cancel the slipstream by either slowing down or rolling, cutting the chances of others to catch up using your chaos stream short, but that also means cutting the duration of your speed boost short. So you kinda got this risk and reward type system going on that is basic game design 101, and it's fantastic. So those are your basics of gaining speed in Battle R, but it's maintaining it where things get a little bit more in depth. Maintaining your speed in Battle R is heavily time-based. There are frequent occasions where you'll need to perform well-timed jumps in order to access quicker routes, and it's really satisfying to nail them and shoot off into the distance at high speed as you fly over the competition who failed to time it. And then to nail the perfect roll right after? Pure euphoria. What is a perfect roll? Well, while in the air, you may notice this particle effect briefly wrap around your character. This is an indicator that your fall is high enough to roll from. Press the roll/spin dash button just before landing to perform a perfect roll that will give you a satisfying spurt of speed. It's like a more timing-based drop dash, if you know what I mean. It's way more fun to perform and way more satisfying for me personally, as it requires more from the player. It's less automated, more active. I like that in my Sonic games. Chaining timed jumps and perfect rolls is a level of gratification that, as far as Sonic racers go, really can only be matched by getting X ranks after sticking a landing in the original Riders. It's great. So the game isn't overly complicated or anything. You don't need to worry about understanding an overwhelming amount of interweaving mechanics and stuff to the point where it feels isolating. At least I don't find it to be anyway. But even if you do find it to be a bit much, the game has a really good tutorial that walks you through the most important mechanics one at a time. And you're likely unable to progress through this tutorial unless you do what it asks of you correctly. So the game is great at teaching you everything except one important thing. There is one pivotal mechanic that the game fails to even mention to you for some reason, and it's something I had to learn through playing. I call it bot boosting. In Sonic Battle R, when you roll/spin dash into an enemy robot, you gain a little boost of speed. It isn't much on its own, but that speed is only added upon with every enemy you collide with while rolling. So there are times where you may encounter a row of enemies or a spread of enemies blocking your path. Don't run around them, don't bother homing attacking through them. Both of those would be slower than rolling through all of them. It's amazing seeing the speed you can achieve by doing this, and it honestly beats me why the game never informs you of it. I doubt it's a developer oversight because there's a visual effect when you do it, so I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what's up with that. Uh-oh, gotta catch myself before I start bitching. Back to glazing. The movement isn't the only mind-blowing thing about this game, it's the content the game boasts as well. The number of playable characters the game currently has is pretty damn cool. You got Sonic, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Blaze, Silver, Espio, Tikal, Chaos, Cream. Where the fuck is Tails? Yeah, so the devs must have some sort of vendetta against Tails or something, because they are just hell-bent on never adding him into the game. And that isn't just me assuming. I've spoken to them multiple times about it, and every time it was an absolute no. Yeah, we got Espio and Tikal, only the essentials, but fuck Tails, am I right? Uh-oh, I'm bitching again. Well, let's move on from the number of characters and get into what you can do with them instead. For starters, every character plays exactly the same. They all possess the same movesets and the same stats, so there are no unique abilities or any of that that they have to themselves. This may come as a disappointment, but hey, you can customize them. You can color and adorn the characters however you please, dripping them out as you see fit. Every ring you collect throughout your time playing is totaled at the end of each race, and you keep all of them as an overall currency, which you can use to buy cosmetics to further customize your characters. I mean, it's no Tails, but if you close your eyes, never mind, add Tails, damn it! I'm getting sidetracked. There's still an entire other aspect of the game I have yet to touch on. So, God, I'm so bad at formatting videos. Anyway, this is Sonic Battle R, yeah? Battle R, right? Well, let's talk battle then. In Sonic Battle R, you don't just race, you fight. Take offensive measures to ensure no one reaches the finish line before you do. Let's get into the means of which you have to instill violence within the competition. Offense Option 1, the homing strike. This is a move separate from the homing attack, so don't get it twisted. So separate, they don't even share the same button. The homing attack only homes in on enemy robots, while the homing strike only homes on other players. The homing strike also has a quicker, faster attack speed than the homing attack. I don't know why I said quicker, faster, it's the same thing. It's faster. It's a faster move to pull off than the homing attack is what I'm trying to say. The homing strike can also serve a greater purpose outside of just delivering a blow to the competition. It can also serve as a speed boost and a means of skipping platforming that would otherwise be slower. Because of the speed you shoot off at when performing the homing strike, hitting an opponent at a certain angle, or certain angles, it's multiple, can result in you kicking off them at high speeds, achieving heights of which can allow you to take skips you otherwise likely wouldn't ever be able to. Using this to skip level design and then hit the perfect roll upon landing to immediately kick off at high speeds, it's just... mwah. Do you guys not see the vision? Offense Option 2, Chow Blast. So you may have noticed throughout my gameplay that there's a Chow following your every step, and that isn't just for cosmetics. By your character icon, you'll notice a meter. This is called the style meter, and it builds up as you perform stylish tricks, from things like hitting those timed jumps and perfect rolls and tricking on rails, stylish shit. Once the meter is at max level, you can then press the attack button while on the move to send a Chow energy infused tornado. Since when could the Chow do this? Doesn't fucking matter. Don't ask stupid questions. This move can absolutely decimate the competition. It doesn't just stop when it hits a singular opponent, no, it continues mowing down any and everyone indiscriminately in its path until its time is up. And when I say indiscriminately, I mean indiscriminately. Run fast enough to catch up with the Chow Blast and you yourself could get tossed by it. These things have no allegiance. Offense Option 3. And this is the lamest one, so I saved it for last. It's spin dashing. You can spin dash into others and damage them that way. Now that I list them out loud, I realize there isn't as many offensive options as I may have let on, but hey, that just goes to show how important they are and how often you'll actively be using them. Battling is just as important as upkeeping speed and racing on ahead in Sonic Battle R after all. There's one major thing to cover left when it comes to Sonic Battle R. If none of what I've been saying has struck you as a selling point, then this just might. Chaos Shift. Chaos Shift is an ability available to every player whose style meter reaches max. I think. Actually, never mind. According to the Discord server, whenever your character starts glowing, you're free to shift away, so meter doesn't matter here. Performing a Chaos Shift can yield various results depending on where you are in any specific stage. These can result from altering level design, which can create shortcuts and bring about hazards, many of which are referential to the stage's original mechanics in the sort, to, oh fucking A, I just stated what they did so broadly that it covered everything that they do. I'm really not great at this. So yeah, Chaos Shifting, it shifts the stage around, which can either help you or hinder others, depending on where you are in the particular stage that it's used. Am I making any sense? I sure hope so, because that's all about I have to say about the game itself, but there's one more thing worth noting outside of it, though surrounding it: the community. So I've been in the official Discord server the developers have open for their projects for a while now, and I gotta say, this community is fantastic. It's chill, it's active, and the devs are constantly hard at work providing pretty frequent updates, at least for Battle R anyway. We don't talk about Battle Cross Fever. Everyone is welcoming and quick to help anyone struggling to install, run, or learn the games, and playing alongside them and the devs is in bombastic VC sessions has been some of the most fun I've had throughout my time on Discord as a whole. If you crave more racers akin to Sonic Riders and like the sound of an abrasive community, then I really cannot recommend this to you any further than I already have. I truly do hold Sonic Battle R as the greatest Sonic racer, and it remains true to the heart and identity of the series, not sacrificing what it is just to be another mascot kart racer. It's peak for that. And you don't want to miss it on peak, do you? Play Sonic Battle R. Tell him Miguel sent you. And there you have it. That's the yap for today. Thank you for hearing me out till the end, and if you've made it this far, comment play Sonic Battle R. Comment play Sonic Battle R. Do it. If you made it this far. If you made it to the end. Now go play Sonic Battle R.